Avaiki, land of our ancestors, where Polynesians voyagers migrated from. In Avaiki, the great lived Mana and his wife Rangi, living on the land as farmers and fishermen. Mana was a very good navigator voyager, trading from island to island, taking cargo for days, and returned back to Avaiki. Mana and Rangi would always Karakia pray to the heavens, as a husbands and wife, as their parents, would always remind them to never forget about looking to the heavens for help, for anything littler or big. Mana wanted to have an heir for the legacy of his family, so Mana would Karakia prayer to the heavens. Weeks go by, and Rangi had good news for Mana when he comes back from his trip. Mana arrived with great joy of Rangi, saying that they were having a child. Mana and Rangi knelt down to Karakia prayer of thanksgiving and gratefulness for the gift of family. Mana said that if he was a son, he would name him, start singing a chant. Karu te enua, katete te enua, katuera te enua, katioi te enua. Meaning the earth will be shaken, the land will prostrate, the earth will open wide, and the land will turn. When Ru was born, he was a pride gift to Mana, as his legacy will live on. Mana will train and teach Ru about how to till the land, how to read the seasons of fishing, and most importantly, how to read the navigation charts of the heavens and the reading of the ocean, the swells, the clouds, landmarks, bird flight patterns, was getting to master what his father Mana was teaching him. Ru looked up to his dad to learn all his father's skills and knowledge. Eva Mana was so proud of his sons, he taught them everything about the land, the ocean, and sailing to be great navigators for the generations to come. Ru and his brothers loved their parents, following everything they had taught them. He would always have a family Karakia prayer time and sing old songs of their ancestors. Ru, now a leader for the family as their parents, now getting on in age, married 4 wives, Ruyao, Papakura, Arayanua, Tiatai, Anake Ru, was a great leader for their family with his peoples in Avaiki. He and his brothers would fish and farm and provide for their family and those in need of help. The boys can see their parents won't be around longer to see their wives and children. They were afraid to lose their parents, and they would be afraid of their brother Ru being the oldest of them. Mana and his brothers Rangi gathered their sons to give them last words of encouragement. Mana said, "The heavens has given us 5 amazing sons. We are so proud of you and your brother Ru to lead our family. Always keep the unity of our family no matter what. If there is any disagreement, come together Karakia, pray to the heavens for guidance, do you hear me?" Mana said, "Ru needs you brothers and you need him. I taught Ru things that you cannot do, and each of you brothers all have part to do, take you to the next destination and to build a new legacy for your mother and fathers and your family." They took their last Karakia pray together with their parents. Not long weeks passed by. Their parents passed away. It was a somber moment for the brothers. Ru and his brothers did as his parents said in honor of them, and his wives did according to their parents' wish. Ru would seek the heavens for help, as his parents always reminds them to seek the heavens.
Ru would get visions and visitation, and he would have kept that hidden in his heart. Ru would share to his wives about his vision and visitation, but they would ignore Ru. He was hoping that his wives would listen, so he would keep this to himself and not share to his brothers. As months pass, Ru could see that Avaiki is now getting overpopulated and food and land is becoming scarce. One night as Ru was sleeping, he had a dream about a land far beyond the horizon. In his dream, he heard a voice as, "I was with your fathers and your ancestors. I will be with you. Oh, Ru." Awakened with fear, Ru was startled, got up, not sure what just happened. Ru could not go back to sleep. He walked down the seaside just to calm himself, and the waves and fresh air was what he needed. Ru stood looking out to the vast ocean, turns his gaze up to the heavens. What is this, and what does this mean? Ru knelt and cried out, "Our parents are buried on Avaiki. This is going to be hard to leave them behind here. My brothers would be the same too. Please help me, I ask you for wisdom, patience, and peace." Ru was unsettled for a few days, never said anything. His wives and his brothers could see this while they were at sea sailing, taking cargo supplies. The boys would ask Ru, "You okay, brother Ru?" He nodded, saying, "Definitely." When they got back to Avaiki, the brothers knows that Ru is not himself, so they kept a close eye on him. Another night, Ru heard in his spirit a voice say, "As I was with your father and your ancestors, I will be with you. I will help you and guide you to your land called Paradise, way beyond Avaiki. Ru was now sure that only the heavens can talk to us. Ru now have a purpose and vision what's to comes for him and wives and his brothers. Ru's vision and voyage of hope. 1500 years RD ago on the islands of Avaiki live a Marsters' navigator Ru and his brothers, Veritu Amaro, Rutakina, Tidera Varu, and Tade Raiva, with Ru's 4 wives Ruyao, Papakura, Arayanua, and Tiatai Anake. Ru was the oldest of the brothers as their parents had passed on and left them to continue the family legacy. Ru and his brothers were skilled fishermen, voyagers, and farmers of the land. As years go by, the Iskand of Avaiki was getting overpopulated, and food was get scarce, and Ru would pray to the heavens to help him to talk to his family about leaving Avaiki for better land beyond the sunset. After praying to the heaven, Ru had the courage to meet with his families concerned about through situations of overpopulation of Avaiki. The family met to hear from Ru the Great. Ru stood before with great course and confidence to say the vision that he had about a land paradise beyond the sunset where there is plentiful there. Our parents had brought us this far to Avaiki, but it's time to leave and we will look to the heavens to be our chart to help us in this voyage of hope, like our Pere and people that found Avaiki. I am Ru the Great. I will take us to a land of plenty. In my left hands is the ocean and the land, but in my right hot hand the heavens will be my chart. As his family were so encouraged by the great talk, they gathered Ted to pray for the heavens to help them. Ru said we will build a double-hull canoe with a house setting, where this will accommodate our family up to 35 people aboard the canoe. Ru called Ngapwarikiki the canoe of many kings. Ru and his family worked the building their canoe. Their family worked together in unity, excited about the progress of the canoe coming into shape. When all was done, Ru called his wives to find and selectively pick 20 virgins, mortal maidens, to join them for the futurity of the population of the legacy. When the wind was right and all was ready to set sail, all of Avaiki skeptical about this voyage, but they happy to see their courage and hope they are looking forward to. They said the last prayer and farewell all of Avaiki. Set sail. Ru the Great called his brother as they sailed towards the sunset. Ru and his family looked back to say goodbye to Avaiki. There was a new awe of excitement in the hearts of Ru and his family, as Avaiki is now not to seen again.